G'day headbangers and welcome to Dozel's Metalworks. Welcome back my fellow metalheads to another edition of Dozel's Metalworks. Well, what a fantastic week that was. Not. Good and bad week, which we'll get into a later date. Later on in the video. Right, now this week we are doing the year of 2023. Yes, from this current decade. So I've started off with 3 honourable mentions this week, then a top 10, so we'll get straight into it. First honourable mention, we have The Dark Tower by Burning Witches. Lovely bunch of Swiss lass, if I remember correctly, they're Swiss, so yeah. So you're looking at Unleash the Beast at number 1, Heart of Ice at number 2, and Shot in the Dark at number 3. So it's one CD of theirs I haven't picked up yet. I do have the rest of their albums, but just haven't picked up this last one. So yeah. Another group where I need to pick up their second and third albums, because I've got the first one. Chapter 3, Downfall by Ad Infinitum. Now I love Ad Infinitum because they have Melissa Boni as their lead vocalist and great vocalist, and I've actually got a personally signed photo of her at home somewhere, which I've got to try and find where I've put that. But yeah, so Ravenous at number 1, Under the Burning Skies at number 2, and Eternal Rains at number 3. Now the last honourable mention, we have The Awakening by Camelot. So yeah, number 1 is One More Flag in the Ground. Number 2, Opus of the Night, Ghost Legion. And then at number 3 we have New Babylon, featuring Melissa Boni as guest vocalist. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah. That's my honourable mentions. Alright, so at number 10 we have We Shall Remain by Elaine. These guys were classed as symphonic black metal, but I don't see it. You know, anyway. Never Forget at number 1. Number 2 we have Through the Mist, and number 3 Stand by the Flame. Okay, number 9 we have Judgment Day by Love Bites. Love these girls. This is another album I still haven't got around to getting yet, even though I have all their previous albums. So number 1 we have Stand and Deliver, Shoot 'Em Down. Number 2 we have the title track Judgment Day, and number 3 we have Soldier Stands Solitarily. So yeah, get into that. Okay, number 8 we have the sophomore album from these guys, The Sinner Writes Again by KK's Priest. That's right, he did another great banger album here. So Sons of the Sentinel at number 1, Strike of the Viper at number 2, and number 3 we have the title track The Sinner Writes Again. So KK's Priest is still pumping out great albums, so hopefully they'll bring out more. Now number 7 we have Beyond the Black with their self-titled album. And yeah, it's interesting how some bands release their self-titled albums so far on down the track, as opposed to being their first album. It's kind of weird, but anyway. So Reincarnation at number 1. Number 2 we have Free Me, and number 3 it's the Is Anybody Out There? So Beyond the Black is an interesting album. Still can't believe that the lead singer, Jennifer Haben, used to be in a pop band, a girl pop band. And then they disbanded, and then she ended up being a heavy metal singer. So, you know, I find that interesting, but cool, because she's a great vocalist. So, yeah. Alright, now, number 6. We have The Wonder Still Awaiting by Exandria. Now, actually, this is probably the first time I listened to this album during the week. And it actually wasn't too bad, because I thought, you know, can I get into Exandria after Diane Van Gisbergen left the band? But I had to listen to the album. It's actually not half bad. So I said, yeah, I'll put it in this because it's a good album. But number 1 we have Two Worlds. Number 2 we have Ghosts. And number 3, You'll Never Be Our God. Okay, number 5 we have The Other One by Baby Metal. Again, it's another album I actually listened to for the first time during the week. I like pretty much most of the Baby Metal stuff, so I went, okay, have a good sort of listen. So yeah, number 1 I have Mayo. Number 2 we have Time Wave, and at number 3 we have Metalism. So yeah, I absolutely love Baby Metal. I mean, a lot of people either love them or hate them. I think there's nothing wrong with them. Not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, my taste in metal covers all the subgenres like you wouldn't believe. So yeah. Okay, number 4 we have Call of the Void by Nita Strauss. Now, for you guys who don't know, Nita Strauss is a American guitarist, blonde bombshell. Purely, apart from being a babe, she's very, very talented. And she was Alice Cooper's guitarist for many, 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 many years. She did this solo album, and it's amazing. So obviously at number 1 was the song that got me into her. The Wolf You Feed, featuring Alyssa White-Gluz of Arch Enemy. Number 2 we have Monster featuring Lilith Czar. And then number 3 we have Dead Inside featuring Dave Draiman of Disturbed. And an honourable mention, now it doesn't have any vocals in it, but it's called Surfacing. But it actually features Marty Friedman, ex-Megadeth guitarist, and it is an absolute banger. So, yeah, Nita Strauss, keep up the good work. You're freaking awesome. Okay, number 3. I had to listen to this album again, and listening to it a second or third time, kind of got into it a bit more. And that is 7 by Winger. The fact that Winger's still bringing out albums is pretty sweet. So number 1, we have Proud Desperado. Number 2, we have Resurrect Me. And number 3, Stick in the Knife and Twist. Charming name for a title track there. Alright, number 2. These guys I only recently got back into in the past 3-4 months. Got into them many, many years ago, but sort of like didn't listen to them for a number of years, but listened to this album of theirs, which was released last year, this year, and it's actually quite really, really good. And that is Code Red by Primal Fear. Now, number 1 track is Deep in the Night. Number 2 is Steel Melter. Gotta love the names of these songs. Now, number 3. The reason I put this at number 3 is I just find the lyrical content quite interesting. It's called Cancel Culture. And of course, a lot of that going around these days because people are just knob jockeys, to put it bluntly. So, yeah. And I think they just put out a new picture, so whether they got a new album due out later this year or next year, wait and see. But yeah, definitely listen to this Primal Fear album. It's really, really good. Whole album's a banger. And at number 1, do I really need to say the best album for last year, my friends? That's right, 72 Seasons by the best band to come out of America ever, Metallica. That's right. God, and this here is a very special edition I got this year for my 50th birthday from my friend Blackjack. So cheers to you, Blackjack, for this amazing gift. It's like blood red vinyl, if I'm correct, and it's really, really good. But yeah, it's the whole album is a banger. So literally trying to get down my favourite tracks with this one was really hard. So I actually picked 4. But Luxy Turner, the first single they released, I thought that was quick and easy, nice and sweet and everything like that. So yeah, If Darkness Had a Sun at number 2, Shadows Fall at number 3, and then the title track at number 4. But look, like I said, that whole album is an absolute banger. That's a double gatefold sleeve of this thing, and then I've also got the CD, of course. So yeah, but that's my top pick for last year, 2023, my friends. Now, on a bit of a more somber note, we had 3 deaths from 3 amazing Hollywood people, I guess you'd call them, during the week. It's like 3 in the 1 week is always really, really shitty. Now, why I shout out these people in my videos is because, you know, I'm 50, I grew up with a lot of these people watching their movies and TV shows, so it's my shout out to them for thank you for entertaining me. So, yeah. Number 1, we have, well, not number 1, but the first guy to kick the bucket this week was John Ashton. Now, I haven't seen really any of his other stuff, but most people of my age would remember him from Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and the latest movie Axel F, because he wasn't in number 3, who played Taggart, one of the detectives that becomes mates with Axel Foley. So he passed away during the week, which was crappy. Another one was Chris Christopherson. Now, musically wise, not into his music because he was part of the country music band The Highwaymen. He was also in the first movie I ever saw him in was Convoy back in the 80s, where he played Rubber Duck. And then most more modern day people, Gen X people, like Evan Rex would know him from this. He was Abraham Whistler in the Blade movies. So yeah, that's another disappointment. And then to round it out, a guy who's probably lesser known to a lot of you guys out there. His name was Frank Fritz. And if you've ever watched a TV show called American Pickers, which I used to watch semi-religiously a while ago, he was one of the two guys who went out to all these people's places to find all these rare finds and buy stuff off them and sell them and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, all those three guys passed away during the week, so rest in peace, gentlemen. Great loss there for quite a number of generations, I guess. But, yeah. Now, on a lighter note, I do like my footy. Not a bigger fan as I used to be many, many years ago. But my favourite NRL team, that's National Rugby League for those who don't know, the Melbourne Storm have made it into the NRL Grand Final this year. So that'll be tomorrow night at 7:30. So fingers crossed, feet crossed, everything crossed that my boys can win another Grand Final. They are up against the Penrith Panthers, who they have beaten before. But we're in a hell of a game, so hopefully they can win it, because I've said to myself, if they win tomorrow's grand final, I'll have to go and buy a jersey. Haven't bought a Melbourne Storm jersey in a number of years. Some people like them, some people don't, but I say, bite me if you don't. But yeah, good luck to the boys tomorrow night. And on that note, my friends, until next time, mosh on.